it to the armhole, but I won't get to the end of the armhole. I'll just stop somewhere there. So as you can see, this is what I have. So what I'll be doing now is folding my fabric into two, and I'll be placing my pattern paper on my fabric. So after placing it this way, the more you open up this area, the more the drape you get on that neckline. So if you want more drape, you go ahead to open it up more. So what I'll be doing now is just placing mine this way, and I'll check what I have. I have 10 inches. 10 inches is fine. You can use 12, you can use 15. It all depends on your preference. So I'll be using 10 for mine. So I've gone ahead to pin it down. So what I'll be doing now is on this neckline part, I'm just going to rule a line straight down. From that part, you rule a line straight down. Just watch what I'm doing. From that neckline part, I'm just going to rule a line straight down. So after ruling the line, I'm just going to rule the shoulder line just like this. And what I'll be doing next is sketching my pattern on my fabric. So after which I went ahead to cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'll go ahead now to take out my pin. I mistakenly cut that part, but it's fine. So before cutting it out, what I'll be doing is notching that neckline part. It is very important you notch to know where your neckline ends. So I went ahead to notch, and I took out the pins. So as you can see, this is what I have for the front pattern. This is what it looks like. So now you can see I have my front and I have my back as well. So as you can see the notched part on that front line, you place it on the back, and you place the other part on the back as well. The other notched area, you place it on the back, and we are going to stitch. But before stitching, I'll cut facing for each of them. So for my front facing, I folded my fabric into two, and I placed my front on it just like this. I went ahead to cut, and I'll be stopping somewhere around the armhole line. So what I did was notch the lining as well. You notch your front lining as well. It is very important you do that. So after notching, this is what I have. As you can see, I'll go ahead now to stitch from that notched part. I'll be stitching straight down to the other notched parts. After stitching, I'm just going to turn it just like this. So now for the back pattern, you can go ahead to use your bias to pipe it, but I'll be using my material as the bias. So what I'll do is place it on that front part, and I'm just going to stitch and turn it to the back. So after stitching the back pattern and also stitching the front pattern, this is what it looks like. So what I'll be doing is placing the notched part on that front area to the back pattern just like this. You place the other notched part on the back pattern, and you go ahead to stitch 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'll go ahead to stitch. After stitching 1/2 inch on both sides, this is what I have, as you can see. So for my sleeve, I'm just making do with what I have. So I folded the fabric into two. This is for one sleeve, and I just notched the middle part of the fabric.